Once your listening part is done and reading part has started, so reading part is of 1 hour, so you will be allowed to use washroom in that 15 minutes. In last 10 minutes, again you will not be allowed to use washroom. Hi there, it's Prakhyat and welcome back to Prakhyat's vlog. In today's video, we are going to discuss the things that we should do and we should not do on the test day. So suppose you have booked your seat or you have booked your test and you have reached the venue which was told in your email and in your SMS that you received. Now what are the things that you have to keep in mind before reaching the center? So here's the list that I have prepared, and before starting with that list, let us get familiar with certain process of registration that happens on the test day. So what exactly happens when you reach your venue in defined time? So suppose you have reached your venue and now they will ask you to sit for a while as long as they are preparing for registration process. Once they are done with that, they will ask all of you, the people who are giving the test same day, they will ask you to queue, or since it is a corona situation, they will ask you to sit on certain location with certain gap between people, and then they will call you one by one for the registration process. Before registration process, there will be a self-declaration form that you will have to declare, since it is a self-declaration which includes that you are not corona affected, and same corona self-declaration form it will be. And before registration, you will have to submit all your belongings with your some tag on it. You will get a token for that. So what are the things that will be allowed for you to take into the examination hall? So you will be allowed to take your any type of stationery, which include pencil, eraser, sharpener, scale in case if you need. After that, once you have submitted your belongings, you will be asked to go on another desk for your registration with your self-declaration form, which you have declared already, and your original passport. They will verify you and your original ID, and they will compare them both, and they will click your on-spot photograph. Photo that they will click will come on your result card, and then they will take your fingerprints to confirm your identity. After that, once you have registered yourself, you will again be asked to sit for a while. All the candidates who are present at the moment once get registered. Once everybody has registered, now they will ask you to go for the examination hall. And again at the examination hall, they will ask you to show your verification. They will ask you to show your original passport or carry in your hand in case of corona. They do not take your original passport. They just ask you to open it like this, and then they will allow you to go into the examination hall. Now you have reached the examination hall. Now before reaching the examination hall, there are certain things that you have to keep in mind. So our list starts now. So what are the things that you should do before sitting in the examination hall, or before stepping into the examination hall? So first is reach the examination center or reach the test venue at defined time. See, the people who are conducting this exam at certain center, they are strictly told for the regulation that has been mentioned in the email or SMS that you have received. So if there is any deadline of time that they have told you that please reach before this time, make sure that you are reaching before that time. The people who are at the custom, they will not allow you after that time, because they are strictly told by British Council in any case. And if you are thinking that if you will give some excuse or something, that will not work in any way. After that, make sure that you do have some light food before stepping into examination hall or before getting yourself into registration queue. There is a personal experience that I can share with you. Exactly same happened with me. What exactly happened? Since I was traveling from one city to another city, from my native city to Noida for my this IELTS test, it takes around 3 hours of journey. So I took my breakfast very early in the morning, which is around 6 a.m. So after reaching the venue, I moved straight into the registration queue, and I didn't even realize that I submitted before getting to the registration queue, not even queue, registration space where all the people were sitting for getting themselves registered. So before that, I didn't even realize that I have submitted the same bag in which I was having my lunch to have before I get into the examination hall. So I forgot that. So don't do that mistake, because during the exam I was actually hungry, and I mean, it may cause your, it didn't work for me, because the more hungry I am, the more attentive I get. But I don't know about how does it work with you. So make sure that you're not hungry and you're having some little kind of refreshment before entering into the examination hall. So next point is, which is the third point, that do not forget to use washroom before getting into examination hall. This point is very important to know, because to use the washroom, people are having certain regulations and rules. So how and when you can use the washroom? You can use washroom anytime before you get registered. Once you have got yourself registered, you will not be allowed to use washroom. You will only be allowed after getting into the examination hall and after the listening part of your test. So listening part, if you are doing paper and pen, it will be of 40 minutes. And if you are, once your listening part is done and reading part has started, so reading part is of 1 hour, so you will be allowed to use washroom in that 15 minutes. In last 10 minutes, again you will not be allowed to use it. So that is the case. Again, if you have not used washroom in reading section as well, then comes the writing part. In writing part also there is 1 hour of time, and you can use washroom in first 15 minutes, and after that, once the test has started, and in the last 10 minutes you will not be allowed to use the washroom. And once the writing part has also been done, then in last 10 minutes you're not allowed. So as long as you do not come out of your examination hall, you are not allowed to use washroom. So after coming out of examination hall, then you can use washroom anytime. So these are the certain regulations that they do have. So keep that in mind. Now the fourth point is, do not forget to carry same original passport with you and a colored photocopy of it, because there will be no service to provide a photocopy of it, and if you are not having it, they will ask you to go out in the market and get a colored photocopy, and then they will only be registering you in for the test, for giving the test. So do not forget that. Other than that, do carry a transparent water bottle. See, most of the venues do provide those 250 ml Bisleri transparent bottles that we have for drinking, or for the meetings that we get for at any hotels. So 250 ml bottles will be will be there in large amount. You can use any of them. But if in a case or in a certain scenario where they are not providing the water, then do not forget to carry your water bottle with you, which is diaphanous in nature. Diaphanous in nature, I mean to say, which is you can see through it. Okay, it should be such a transparent that you can see through it. Only water should be there. There should not be any sticker. There should not be any label. So these are the points that you have to keep in mind when before you are getting into the examination hall. Now, after discussing the things that we have to do, now there are certain things that we have to also have to take care of, that we should not do. So do not drink plenty of water, because since, as I mentioned, that there are certain regulations to use the washroom, out of anxiety and out of nervousness, I was so nervous on my test day, I drank plenty of water. And I didn't go to loo, and I didn't use washroom before I get myself registered. And after getting registered, I was not allowed to use washroom. And during the test exam, I was not having enough time to use washroom. So you just imagine that from around 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. in the evening, I didn't use washroom, and I was just bursting on my chair. On top of it, I was hungry. So that is why I'm sharing this personal experience with all of you. So don't do that mistake. Don't drink plenty of water out of nervousness. Just drink enough to keep yourself hydrated, and have some refreshment before your examination Again, don't forget to collect your original ID from your desk. So in the examination hall, as I mentioned, that your stationery only will be allowed, and your original ID will be allowed, and the token that has been given to you once you will submit that token, your belongings will be given to you. So do not lose it. So do not forget to collect your original ID. Management will not be responsible for any misplace of your original ID from the center. The third point that you should not do in the examination hall is, do not indulge yourself in any misconduct. Misconduct include any talking, any sign language or any misconduct that you can do. Like, do not do something that has been told not to do. Like, if any, for example, reading section is going on and these are the last 10 minutes, then don't barge into the washroom without permission, because that is not allowed. They will straight away cancel your examination. They have that authority to cancel the candidature at moment, on that spot, right away. So don't do any misconduct, is my personal advice. So these are the points that we have to keep in mind when we are, these are the things that we have to do and we should not do when we are giving the IELTS exam. When it comes to specifically for speaking test, because that happens, very rare cases that happens on the same day, that depends on you. Even if it is happening on the same day, now in Corona situation, what exactly happens? They ask you to reach the venue 30 minutes before, so make sure that you are reaching at the venue at the prescribed time. And once you have reached the destination, get yourself same way registered. They will give you a Corona self-declaration form. Declare yourself that you are not Corona positive and you are not having any symptoms, and then show your original ID. Then that is it. Just wait for the time they call you for speaking test. Then one person will come and call your name. Go with him. He will take you to a room in which a speaking test will be taken, and then the examiner, who is sitting inside, will ask you to please come in. And you go inside, sit there, give your speaking test. I'll prepare a separate video in respective sections that how did I perform and what was the question that was asked. So stay tuned for those videos. After giving your IELTS speaking test, you have to come out of room and sit outside room for like 2 minutes unless your examiner tells you that you are good to go. And once he or she says that, you can easily leave the exam. After collecting your belonging, you can leave the venue. So this is all about the IELTS exam. Now I will be creating separate videos for listening, reading, writing and speaking section, that how did I perform and what were the questions that were being asked and what were my strategies. So if you are liking my videos, so please share among your friends. Do like and subscribe to my channel, and thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.